Hello, my digital planner friends. Today we're going to go over how to write neatly in your digital planner. We're going to go over some tips and tricks on ways to make it easier to write neatly in your planner. And if you do not like the way your handwriting works, even after all these tips, I'm going to show you an extra tip that you can still write in your planner but have it look neatly. My name is Brandi Reed, and I'm with 3 Nail Faith, where I create digital planners and stickers for Christian women. If this is something that you would enjoy to watch, stick around. Hit that like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button so that you do not miss any digital planning tips. Okay, so in this video, we're going to go over some tips and tricks on how to write neatly in GoodNotes. So your first tip is always zoom in. So if we're gonna zoom in really close, and then we're gonna write what we have to do on this. So we're just and you want to make sure you write slow and just slow. Take your time, because if you just go, even that doesn't look terrible. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't love my handwriting, period, anyway. But so I have another trick for you. I'll show you at the end and what you can do with that. But the main thing is you want to make sure you're zoomed in really close. Write slowly. And the other option you can do is, if you don't want to zoom really closely in, you can use this box up, the zoom box up here, and then move the box around to where you want to zoom in at. So our box is right there, and then we're just going to write on this line down here. Personally, I don't personally love the zoom feature. I would much rather just zoom in oops, got too close there. Whereas if you are trying to do it, way out here, let's say, so you can see my handwriting is terrible doing it that way. You can also see that this is the normal Apple Pencil tip. They also sell different things on Amazon where you can get new tips. This is a metal tip. Let's see. You can see it. See the metal tip? So this is to help. You just screw it on, screw it off, and screw it on. And the one I got has a rounded instead of like a really hard tip. I was really kind of nervous about having a metal tip. But this one doesn't scratch. Because it's got the rounded tip to it. Also, you really want to get a screen protector, a matte screen protector. That will really help because you're not writing on the glass then. That is probably my first tip, I would say. Get a screen protector, a matte, excuse me, a matte finish screen protector, and use that instead of just writing straight on the glass of a iPad. Now, if you're like me and you do not like the way your handwriting looks. I don't like the way my handwriting looks just on paper either. But being on a planner, digital planner, it's really bad. So what you can do is you can use the text box. But you need to make sure Scribble is set up first before you do this. So you want to go to your settings. You want to find your Apple's Pencil. And then you want to make sure Scribble is turned on. I'm going to make sure that's turned on. And then you will go back. You'll tap your text box up at the top. And again, I do like to zoom in. You don't have to. And this way I can write, well, I wrote week 1, day 1. And then you can pick whichever font. I personally like Noteworthy. I think it looks kind of like a handwriting, whereas or you can do a typewriter, obviously any of the fonts here. But to me, for my personal planner, and I like to use Noteworthy for this particular planner, I like to use size 80. It seems to work well with this planner. And to me, that just helps. It gives me, before I just couldn't get planner peace because I always, I just don't like my handwriting. So if you're like me and you don't like your handwriting, but the important thing is actually writing things down helps you remember them. So especially when you're doing your to-do list, I know we're just making up words here, but when you're doing your to-do list and you're having to write them down, it also helps you remember them. Or if you're taking notes, whatever you've got going on, it's good to actually physically write them down because your brain can remember what you're writing down easier than if you were to just say use the text box with, the keyboard instead. Which, let me show you that. When you are using the text box, you have this little bubble here with the pencil. If you click on it, you can use this one right here is your keyboard. So if you just want to key something in, you can. Or this little arrow down here makes it go down one. You can also go back and erase or bring it back, all with those. And if you want, like I guess your keyboard to go back away, you hit that and just drag it down to a corner if you want it out of the way again. So again, so let's say we write Friday. We need to do errands. Let's say we spelled errands wrong. We can just, as long as it's still on the edit button, you can slide through it and you can either hit cut and that will get rid of it, or you can just, write something else and it will replace it. So that's a couple of good little tips with using the text box. Like I've said, I think it's very important to write what you're doing on your planner rather than just typing. Yeah, that's the word I'm using. I think it's better rather than just coming and just going. I mean, you can easily, obviously, do this. Why is it not going to work for me? Okay. You can obviously make your just text, whatever you've got to be writing, but the actual physical writing things out helps you, again, remember. And sometimes when you're writing too fast, because I have a tendency to write too fast with the text box, it does make some funky words. And like I said, you just cross it out and then write again. But I think it like learns your handwriting and gets smarter with it. Or at least I think it does. I don't know. But that is writing. some writing tips. Number one, make sure you get a screen protector, a matte screen protector. And I'll link one in the description below that I use. Make sure if you want to actually write, you zoom in, slow down, and slow down, and then like I said, if you want to use your text box, you can use your text box and write as well. And so that will be all of the tips on writing on a digital planner. Also, I also have a free digital planner that I will link in the description below, where you can check that out and try out one of my planners. It's a 30-day digital planner, so you can try out my versions of planners. And if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.